Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the Sonia Kashuk 15th anniversary brush set. It looks like this. And it comes with 15 brushes. Is it 15 brushes? Yes. And it's $39.99. Right now it's out of stock online, but I'll put the link anyway and you can see if the store by you still has it. The stores by me still will have it. I've seen it in a couple of them already. And I have used these. I've had them for a couple weeks, so I'll use them. Okay. So I know if I like them or not. And yeah. So it comes with a powder brush, a blush brush, a duo fiber buffing brush, a synthetic angled multi-purpose brush, a contour brush, a regular flat foundation brush, a concealer brush. Am I touching the concealer brush? A concealer brush, a blending brush, crease brush, small eyeshadow brush, a fluffy eyeshadow brush, precision smudge brush, which is like a pencil brush, angled liner, smudge brush, and spoolie. Whew, okay. Did I mention these were $39.99? Yeah. That's a really good deal for 15 brushes. Because where can you get 15 brushes for 40 bucks? Like, these are good quality brushes. I usually like Sonia Kashuk brushes. Not so much the sets, but this is a good set. So I'm going to be comparing them to other brushes that I have that are similar, that are kind of popular, or whatever. So the first one, or let me show you how the brushes look first of all. They have a gold ferrule and a gold bottom. They're metal. Bottom is metal too. And then they have like a dark purple handle, and they say Sonia Kashuk on them, and the bristles are purple. I'm not sure whether what is synthetic and what is natural hair, but I think this one's natural hair, this powder brush. It's not too dense, but it's not too flimsy either. I think it's the perfect denseness. You know what I mean? I've been using this for bronzer because this is the kind of brush I like to use for bronzer. Just a big fluffy brush. This brush did not bleed, but it has shed. I don't know if I can get one. Like when I first got it, it shed a few hairs that they're my hair, but after I washed it, it sheds less, but it still sheds. So I don't know if it's gonna continue. See, there's another one, or how it's been, but like my Sigma brushes and like my natural hair brushes, even the MAC ones tend to shed at first. So I don't know. I'll link it in the. I'll do a blog post later on about all these and see if they shed then. But it's not like a huge problem. It's not like you have like a million hairs on your face, but it does lose hairs. I have another powder brush from Sonia Kashuk that does the same thing. So I'll compare it to the Sedona Lace 376. This is a natural hair brush, and this one's denser, so this is the size comparison. And it's not as soft as the Sonia Kashuk one. I just think this is the perfect fullness for bronzer for me. I don't really use these for powder. I either use a puff or a buffing brush, but I like this brush even though it has a little shedding problem. This brush is the blush brush. I don't know what it is about this brush that I really like. It's just a blush brush. It's soft. It's not too dense, which I don't really like in my blush brushes either. See, there's a hair. You can see it. See? This one shed a little bit too. I've had them for 2 weeks, and I've used them for 2 weeks, or Wednesday will be 2 weeks. So almost 2 weeks, and I've washed them twice, and I'm still having a little bit of a shedding issue. I don't know if that's going to go away, but I know a lot of people are really against shedding, but in my experience, even brushes that are natural hair brushes tend to shed most of the time, and they usually will stop, but Hasn't stopped yet, but I really do like this brush. It's a round blush brush, which I thought was kind of odd because I don't have a blush brush that is round like that. The closest brush that I have is this brush. This is by Beauty Control. My auntie gave it to me and it's dirty, sorry. But it looks like this. This one is synthetic, and I think this one's, I don't understand why they smell like perfume. What did I do? Okay. This one's synthetic, and I think this one's natural. Feels natural. This one's a lot denser. Oh, look at all the powder. That's cute. This is a really good brush, by the way. This is not a review on this brush, but she gave me this brush because she had a set and she didn't use it. I really like this brush. But yeah, it's just round like that. This is too dense to use for blush. I'll put it next to the Real Techniques blush brush, which I also think is a little bit too big for blush, even though it's the same size, really, like around. I don't know what it is about the Real Techniques brush, but I like to use it for bronzer rather than blush. So sheds a little bit. This one didn't bleed, but see, there's another. That one's just like, see, hair. No. The next brush is a brush that I'm not 100% sure what to do with. This is a dual fiber synthetic blending buffer brush, and it's round, so it's dual fiber, so it's a little bit not as dense at the top, so I could pinch it to like go down to nothing. And I wouldn't use this for foundation because it's really small. Like, I'll show you. This is the Sedona Lace 928, and this is like this, like a Sigma F80. See, so this is, I just think it's really small for foundation, and I tried to use it for foundation one time, and it's streaky. I don't know what it is. It's dual fiber, and I tend to think that dual fiber brushes are a little bit less streaky than like a regular buffing brush, because this is a regular buffing brush. It's not dual fiber. It's all the bristles are one length. This one that's not the case. So it's really like this is the e.l.f. one. So this is the e.l.f. stiffle brush, and this is the Sonia Kashuk one. And I don't know. This one has never shed except for right now, so I haven't lost a hair, but I haven't used it that much. So I used this for contouring, and I liked it a little bit. What the heck? Yeah. I don't really know what to say about this one because I don't love it. I could do without it. And I don't like how the ferrule is so wide and it like has a lip over. I don't know why I don't like that when brushes have that. And it doesn't really affect the usefulness of the brush. It's weird, and I don't like it when they do that. I don't know why. It's just a thing. So it's similar. I have been using it for contour a couple times. So because it is kind of like domed and dense. This is the MAC 109. And see, so they're kind of like the same size. I don't like this brush. It's personal preference. It's not like a bad brush, and it's not super soft, which the 109 is not soft at all, but I don't know. It's not necessary for me. It's not big enough for foundation. I don't like the way it applies my foundation. I don't like the way tried to use it with concealer. I don't like the way it works with concealer. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about that one because I don't know. The next one is the angled multi-purpose brush, and it looks like this. I was really excited about this brush being in this kit because I thought it'd be really, it's smaller than the Sedona Lace one. This is the F20. So it's a little bit smaller. If I had to compare, this is the most similar brush I have to it. This is the, in shape and size, this is the EcoTools Skin Perfecting brush. And see, they're almost the same shape, size. But these brush bristles in this one are different. This one has not shed. It bled though a little bit. That doesn't really bother me because all my Sigma brushes bleed, so not anymore, but they did at first. I'm not sure why people are they're very, very against bleeding. This one, I tried to use it for blending out my under eye concealer, which it's a good size for. It, like, when you stipple it, like when you press it, it like is not super pokey, but it's not soft. Like you could feel bristles that are not soft in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit scratchy, and but not when you rub it, just when you like stamp it, which I kind of think that's what you do with this kind of brush. So this is another brush that I'm not sold on. I haven't used it for anything else other than that because I didn't really like it those first couple of uses. The next brush is a brush I like. So this is turning into like a hate video. It's the contour brush, and Sonia Kashuk used to have a brush in their white handle range that was like this in their permanent range, and I don't know what they don't have it. I haven't seen it at my Target, so I don't think she has it anymore. Why are you shedding now? I swear this brush has not shed before now. Maybe I haven't like ripped, or is that a shed? Okay, it's just like a random long hair. Can you see it in there? That white hair right there? I really want the MAC one. I could have sworn I bought it one time. I don't know what I did with it. Don't even get me started. Anyways, it's a whole other story. The closest one I have is a Morph brush. It doesn't have a name on it or anything. So this is the size comparison. The Morph one has a little bit more give. Well, no, it's not true. How do I explain this? Okay, put this down. This brush is good to put your contour and then blend it out a little bit, and then I feel like I still need to go with like a brush like this. This is Sedona FB05. It's like a 109 for MAC. I just feel like I can't get a good enough blend with this, but I really like it anyway because I like the initial, like where it places it and how it looks when after you blend it, and then you just blend it a little bit with your other brush. I really like the way it looks. I find I get a better result than if I just use a brush like this. So I like it for that reason. This brush is a useless brush because I don't ever use these brushes. I use them in my kit on people like for moisturizer and stuff, but on myself I won't ever use this. And it's cut weird. I don't know if it's supposed to be like angled or something. Can you see how it has like a tumor looking thing on top? It reminds me of Archie's hair. I haven't even used this brush. It's soft and it's not super dense, it's not too dense, it's not too loosely packed or anything. It hasn't shed, it didn't bleed, I washed it. So if you're into that, that's cool. This brush I like, it's the concealer brush. It's like the baby version of that one. Oh, I guess if you wanted to see a comparison, this one is the Sephora Professional number 47 brush. So it's just a regular flat brush. This brush is the concealer brush. I don't think this is a necessity either. I use it to clean up my eyebrows, but any brush will do for me. This is a good one. It comes in the kit, so I'm never really super impressed with these brushes. I think I'm going to try to use it with pigment because I don't think it's, you know how some concealer brushes can be used with pigment, but some are too synthetic, like it's a different material. I don't know. Anyways, if this seems like it would be a good brush for pigments and stuff too, and stuff you have to mix. So this is the Sedona Lace 954. Looks like that. Yeah. The next brush is a brush I actually really like. This one did not shed. Let's see if it sheds now that I'm making the video, because apparently they all want to shed now. No. So this is the crease brush. So this is very similar size and shape to the MAC 224. So they look like that. Density wise, it's like that. They're kind of the same. I would say the Sonia Kashuk one is a little bit, well, it's not a little bit, it's softer than this one. And it's a little tiny bit, it doesn't give as much as the MAC one. Like, there's a little bit more bounce back to it than the other one, not by much, but, so, I actually prefer the Sonia Kashuk one to my MAC one, but that one I've had for a long time. This one is new, so we'll see. This is another Sonia Kashuk one. This is, I think they have this brush in their permanent handle, white handle line. This is from another limited edition set. I really like this brush, and I just wanted to show you because this brush has held up. I've had it for years already, I think. I use this for my under eye setting powder like every day forever. So yeah, this is one of my favorite brushes. This one is another one of my favorite brushes. This is the crease brush, I think it was called. And it's like a little tiny domed round brush. The closest brush I have to this one, I don't have a brush that's really similar from Sigma or Citronelace, or I think this might be similar to a Real Techniques brush, but I think it's in my drawer over there. But in front of me, it's most similar to the e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush. Granted, all e.l.f. brushes look different because they have like horrible quality control, but they look similar. The e.l.f. one's a little softer because this one's more dense. Well, it's a lot more dense. The e.l.f. one gives a lot more than this one. But I like this brush a lot. It's not too scratchy, so when you are putting it on your eyeball, you're not like, that's no fun. That's another one of my favorites. The next one is just a small eyeshadow brush. Looks like that. I like this one because typically small eyeshadow brushes tend to make them shorter. Let me see if I can find it. So like this is an e.l.f. smudge brush, and I feel like whenever they're smaller, they never make them as long as that. You know what I mean? So this is, what is this? This is a Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow brush. This is like the typical size, which I'll show you next to a couple of other brushes. So like this is the Essence one, and see how it's shorter? I like this Essence one. And this is like a typical size eyeshadow brush. So it's like a little bit longer, but a lot skinnier. And this is nice. It has a nice like spring, like bounce back that I like. It's soft, and it's not super tapered. Can you tell? It's not like... Another thing that I really like about Sonia Kashuk brushes, because I have a few, they don't splay out over time as badly as like my Sigma ones. And there's a video coming on Sigma. I have an issue. I'll just show you in this video because this is totally off topic. So I have this brush, which I love the shape of this brush. This is the tapered face brush, the F25. Just because I've had it sitting here on my desk and it's been irritating me for like weeks already. And I've had this brush for probably like a year and a half, maybe. I wash my brushes correctly. I never get water in the ferrule. I take good care of my brushes. This brush, I've never had a problem with any inexpensive brush. You know, like inexpensive brushes, sometimes the ferrule will come off or whatever. You know, that's just part of life. I've never had this problem. I was washing it, and then all of a sudden one day, I'm not pulling hard, I promise. Can you see how the bristles are coming out? Yeah, so that's fun, right? I just thought I would share that with you. So that's sitting right there waiting for my Sigma review. Coming in days soon. The next brush, back on subject, is the fluffy eyeshadow brush. I don't have a brush like this. I really like this brush. It's like if this brush, which is the Sigma E50, and like a MAC 217, if they had a baby, I feel like this would be their brush. Because it's flat, like both of them. It's pinched a little bit, but it's fluffy, but not like too fluffy because it's still densely packed, and it's nice. I like this one a lot. I don't have a brush that's similar to this. I don't think. Oh, no. Pretty sure I don't. Yeah, this is an interesting brush. I like it a lot. I've used it for blending, and it does its job. This brush I like. It's the pencil brush. I have a weird like pencil brush issue. I'll show you a few of them. So these two, you want to look next to each other. Okay. This one right here is a Morph brush, and this one is the Sedona Lace one. These are so scratchy. I also have a Coastal Scents one and another one, and they're so freaking scratchy. I know it's because they're short and dense, but it's like when I rub my eye, I'm like, and it's not. I don't ever. No. So my favorite pencil brush is the MAC 219 because it is the softest and it comes to the best point. See, look, look at that. It's like a dome. I don't want that. I want a point. Granted, we all have our preferences. This one has a point too. Let me start putting my hand back there because you can't see. It's a little bit more pointed than the MAC one. It's barely not as soft. It's not as soft as the MAC one, but just barely. And I really like it. It has like, it's like the same thickness, the same cut, the same length. I really like this brush. Well, I like the MAC one, so that's everything. This one I'm not going to really talk about. This is the angled eyeliner brush. It's the same as any other angled eyeliner brush. It's a little scratchy. Like the bristles are like really like blunt cut or something, and it feels like, it doesn't feel like a regular, like some of my other angled eyeliner brushes. They don't feel as, like, they don't drag on the skin. I'm just saying a bunch of words that mean nothing, but they really do. That one feels like it kind of drags your skin a little bit, and I don't really like it. I liked it for my eyebrows though, so. This one is a Sonia Kashuk smudge brush. I have a few of these. I really like them. This one is softer than the other ones I have. Why, I don't understand. Don't know. Here's one. See, this is the same one from that set. I must have really liked that set because it's all here. This one is has a little bit less give than this one. So, but they're pretty much the same thickness, the same shape, the same length. And yeah. The next one is a super boring one. And that's the spoolie brush, and it doesn't come like black like that. I use it for my eyebrows. So yeah, that's all of the brushes. So the moral of the story is, some of them shed, and I'm not sure if that will stop or not because I don't know the future. But would I buy this set again? I would. I really do like most of the brushes, with the exception of a few. Like these two, I just don't. We didn't vibe, you know. And this one I never use out of any set, and it comes like in every set. I have like freaking a million of these, and I would buy it again. I think $40 is a really good value, but there are cons. That's why I know this video probably seems like it's a really negative video and I don't like them, but I really do like most of the brushes. Even these ones, I really do like them. I know people are very against shedding, so I wanted to make you very aware that they do shed. I want to say, like, I've never even had a hair on my face from this brush, and I've used it for 2 weeks. This one either. But yet when I sit here and do this, see, a hair comes out. So, I don't know. But yeah, I really like them. My favorite ones out of the set were definitely this one and these two crease brushes, because I think I have a thing for crease brushes. I always like all the crease brushes. But yeah, this one especially is a really good brush. I like this one too, even though there's a random like white little hair sticking out of it, which is weird. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna link where you can find these in the bottom, and online they're probably still sold out, but you can just like you can search for a store near you that has them in stock. And yeah, I hope this was somehow helpful. You found some information of use through all the previous rambling, and yeah, bye.